So you arrived in Riga, maybe you met some lovely Latvian girls, or maybe you came here with a girl and now you want to go out on a date. So me and a lovely tiny little Signe will show you a few of my favorite date spots in Riga. Let's go. And we are next to the first bar I want to show you. And this bar, although it's not really that close to the old town, it is near a few other good bars. So before we go into this one, I'll tell you about two other bars that are next to this one. Right across the street from the bar that I wanted to show you is located the Gimlet bar, which is a cocktail bar. And a friend of mine who teaches barmans in Latvia, he owns a bartender school, says this is one of the best cocktail bars in Riga. And another cool hipster venue is right down the street. I'll put the location on a map here. It's called Zephyrs, which is a place you can go for cocktails, beers, and I've heard they have pretty good pizzas. But now let's head to the venue I wanted to show you. This place is called Manana, and the most important thing you have to know about this place, if you're coming here on a Friday or Saturday night, I highly suggest actually booking a table, because this place is very busy during the weekends. Even though we have arrived super early, it's barely 6:30, this place is already packed. We barely got a table on a Friday evening, and we said that we only needed for an hour to shoot a vlog. So if you are coming here, make sure to book a table in advance. This place is known for good and actually pretty cheap cocktails. I just ordered, what is that? Kastasir?
Pisco sours.
Raspberry pisco sour. What did you order?
Maracujas margarita.
Okay. If you come here, order the regular pisco sour, not the raspberry one. And so we're done with this bar. Would I use it as venue 1 or as venue 2? I don't think this is suitable for venue 2 unless you book a sofa in advance, but you never know if you're gonna make to venue 2, because sometimes you don't click with the person on venue 1. So when I go on a date, I would use this as the first venue I go to on a date. Well, this place is quite far away from Old Town of Riga, so if you're staying in Old Town of Riga, maybe walking 10 minutes to a date venue is a bit too far for you, and if that's the case, I'm gonna show you two more places. One, we're just gonna go check out. We're not gonna sit down there. I'm just gonna explain you where it is, and what to expect from it. And then we'll go to my favorite bar in Riga. Me and this lovely little lady actually started seeing each other many years ago when I started day gaming, and we went to a lovely bar, or not a bar, it's a wine shop where you can actually get a bottle of wine and sit down and drink it. Honestly, back then I used to go to the same bar on every date, so I've probably been on like 50 dates in this lovely little place. So let me just show it to you real quick. It's a nice little wine store, 1 block away from the place I just showed you.
Yeah, bro, take a picture of us.
If you wanna, you can go in, get a bottle of wine, sit down there and drink it, or get it to go. We're going to a bar called Herbarijs or Herbarijs, which is also known as a bar with good cocktails. It's pretty decently priced, but just as the other venue, and this one as well, I suggest booking a table earlier if you're going there on a Friday or Saturday night. One weird thing worth mentioning about this bar though is, or about the shopping mall, is that most of the elevators only go to the 7th floor, but the bar is on a rooftop, which is the 8th floor. So how do you get there? You walk out of the elevator, and there, next to the restrooms, you'll find stairs to get to the rooftop.
Because he's way hotter than I am. Like,
This is the place. One of the best things about this bar is you can get sort of panoramic view of Riga, at least as good as it gets in Riga. This, way more than Manana, than the previous bar, is definitely a place only as the first venue. It's absolutely not suitable as the second venue. There aren't many sofas, it's usually pretty booked. You're pretty lucky if you get a table at all if you're here on a Friday and Saturday night. But the cocktails are good, it's worth checking out. I love the view, just use it as the first venue. They were well aware of the GDPR rules and said I can film as long as I don't film the people in a bar, which is actually true in EU. That's why I don't like in-field recordings. So now let's head to my favorite bar in Riga, a bar I've been to, I don't know, probably hundreds of times, more than any other bar in this city. Alkimikis or Alchemist, my favorite craft beer place in Riga. And I like one thing, they've already opened the summer season, the summer seating is out. But let's head in and get some fucking beers. Okay, fuck this. This place is incredibly packed. If I were here on a date, I'd probably go to a different place because you would have to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes to get a drink. If you happen to drop by when it's not as busy, this place is really amazing. They make their own beer. You can see the whole setup here, which is pretty impressive. I think it's just an interesting thing to see, the place where they actually are brewing the beer they sell here. Me and this lovely lady, we decided to show you a place that's great if you want to go to, I don't know, like a divier place, a bit of a seedier bar. It's a super simple place, but if you want to make sure she knows you're not paying for her new iPhone, you're not taking her on luxury trips, you want to make sure she likes you for you, then we're gonna go to a way weirder place. And this place is actually surprisingly popular with locals in Riga. By the way, boys, there is a funny story. The church behind me is how I got the nickname Saint Robert, because I would go on dates to the Alchemist bar. And I would always joke with girls that, oh, I'm a good church boy, I go to church every Sunday, you know, the yellow church around the corner, my friends call me Saint Robert. It started as a joke, but I kind of kept joking about it, but then I met Tom Torero. He encouraged me to start coaching daygame and dating, and I needed to start a website, so I needed a name, so I just chose Saint Robert. And we're here at the Brooklyn bar. This place actually is popular both for locals and for foreigners. I don't understand how, because it's not that visible from the street, it's not on a biggest street, it's in a semi-basement, but still always has a lot of people in there. So you can sit at the bar if you want, but there are several booths available all over the place, and if you want you can head a bit deeper. And this is my favorite place in the whole bar. It's a sofa, it's secluded from everything else. So if you come here on a date, definitely choose this spot. As the name suggests, Brooklyn bar, it's a very USA and New York City themed bar. They have all these photos of New York City here. I think this is, no, it's not Dumbo, I don't even know where this is. You can see Brooklyn Bridge here. Walk in the other room, again, very old school, tons of pictures from old times in New York City. I mean, look at this lovely painting. Who can say no to this dude? Cheers. If you have been following my vlog and podcast for a while, that you know that I sometimes post content where I'm really drunk or high or both or whatever. If you're new to my vlog, then well, like, this is the reality. Sometimes I go to bars, I get pretty tipsy, and I keep shooting. And there's actually one vlog that I will link to in this corner or that corner, where I talk about 9 interesting things about girls in Argentina. And that vlog ends with me walking out of a party 5 a.m. being so drunk I can barely talk in front of camera. It's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m.
You are drunk.
The ending, for me at least, is hilarious. Guys loved it. So yeah, check it out. And now that we've seen a few places, I've had a few beers, I had a Bloody Mary. It's time to go to the next place, to the place with the best drinks in Riga. Do you guys remember this bottle from the previous video? All of the bars I showed in this video are great date menus, especially the Alkimikis bar, the beer place that was pretty busy. And I would say Manana too is pretty amazing. Herbarijs, depending on how busy it is, it's okay, it's the first menu. And my favorite place, honestly, is the last CD bar we went to. But as always, the best drinks are the ones you make in your own apartment. In the description I will add some more bars that you could check out in the old town of Riga, but in general most bars are fine. Just check out Google reviews, make sure there are no kind of mentions of anything scammy happening there. There are only a few bars you have to be careful of, and you will quickly find all the information in the reviews of that bar. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, see you in the next vlog.